You and some of your colleagues, from the tone of your questioning, you're skeptical about another action by the Fed to try and juice the economy. What are your concerns, and what did you hear today?
I am skeptical, as are most, if not all, of my Republican colleagues, and the reason is pretty simple. Why would you do QE3? And I asked the Chairman Bernanke that question, and said that it's generally because you want to lower interest rates and you want to create liquidity. Well, those aren't really the problems in the economy today. Interest rates are historically low and there's plenty of liquidity. The problem in the economy and job creation, you could argue, is fiscal policy, a whole bunch of other things. Europe, our intransigence here in Washington, all kinds of things, but not because of a lack of liquidity or low interest rates. So I posed the question to Chairman Bernanke, is that if that's what quantitative easing is supposed to accomplish, isn't that trying to fix something that's not broken? He responded that yes, it would do those things, but added that the other things it would do is it would encourage investors and create confidence, and that the stock market would go up, which would create a wealth effect, blah, 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 and so forth. So I almost got the impression that perhaps he and others understand that the direct economic effects of a QE3 aren't really what we need, but that what they're trying to do is just boost investor confidence and put some good news out there. Now, I think you have to balance that against, what you're doing when you're printing more money like that.
He said they haven't made a decision yet. It's going to be up to the FOMC when they meet later on this month. You heard him say that. What do you really think? Are they about to launch another round of easing?
Just to be clear, as you said, he was very clear that they haven't made a decision. It'll be in 10 or 11 days or whenever the FOMC meeting is. But being in the room, my feel is if I were going to say on one side or the other, I think it's coming. I think QE3 is coming, and I think in part because of the psychology that was discussed, and that there's a lot of negative things going on in the world economy and the U.S. economy right now. And as has often been said, it's the only bullet left in their gun, and even if it's one that's unlikely to hit the center of the target, they think it may hit the target somewhere and have some effect.
In this election year, there's always been talk that maybe the Fed should stay on the sidelines in an election year. Do you think it'd be appropriate for this Fed? I know you don't necessarily support these moves, but is it right in an election year for this Fed to take another move now?
I do. If they think it's the right thing to do, I really think the point of the Fed is that it is an independent body. It's independent of us. It's not up for election like we are. It should make decisions based on the economy and not on the basis of an election that's coming or not coming. So even though I might disagree with that decision, I would not condemn them or fault them for making a decision they felt was in the best interest of the economy, even when there's an election around the corner.
What about what the chairman said? You also serve on the Budget Committee and the House Financial Services Committee. The chairman said, listen, help me out here. Congress, the White House, you all need to deal with the fiscal issues, deal with the fiscal cliff. It was a plea that we've heard from him before. Does he have any expectation that's going to happen?
Well, the fiscal cliff, something's going to happen, I think, before the end of the year. I think the question is, can we get it together and do something before Election Day, which would be much better for the economy because it gives a little certainty, or are we going to have to wait until a lame duck session after the Election Day? But I think the message on the fiscal cliff that's coming across to Republicans and Democrats is so strong. Hey, guys, doesn't matter what your ideology is, you can't let this all happen right now. I think that we're getting that message loud and clear, and I think on a bipartisan basis we're getting it. And we also understand that there's not a lot going on in this town right now, as you know, because the election is holding up everything, but that in 2013 is when we are absolutely going to have to get to a lot of this stuff. And if we can just put off the fiscal cliff for a while so we can deal with this on a more rational basis after the election in 2013, then I think that message is coming across clear.
Really quick, I know you asked him about Europe. What are your concerns about Europe right now, whether or not this country's prepared for the spillover?
Yeah, I'm scared to death about Europe because we can't control their monetary policy, their fiscal policy, or more importantly, as many troubles as we have here in one country with our politics, think of their 17 countries of politics. And I'm worried that there's no good outcome there, and that when a bad outcome comes, we're going to be affected. And what drives me nuts is I'm not sure how to put up a wall, a shield to protect us from what is, I think, likely to come, over which we have no control. And that's really frustrating, and I'm going to continue to be working on that.